Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable, a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathon Butts, and my longtime friend, co-host, and scantily clad sex fiend, Elliott Markson.
That is right. We're back for another episode of this podcast, and today we're two guys wearing hats, but we actually have frosted tips underneath these hats. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Yeah, trying to bring it back.
I don't know that I could grow
Like in sync.
the length required for a frosted tip these
Sure,
days.
you could. You just got to give it time. Everything just takes time. That's just a lesson for everybody out there. Everything takes time.
Things take time.
Be patient. Patience is key. I'm just starting off today, with some good advice, some sound logic, and some little nuggets for everyone to take home, put in their pocket, chomp on later when they get hungry for a snack.
All right.
How are you doing?
I'm in mourning.
What? Why?
I'm in mourning.
Why are you in mourning? What are you mourning?
It's been a tough week at the Butts clan household. I believe I may have mentioned it to you, and I know I've brought it up as a recommendation on this podcast before. Yeah. But my go-to lunch spot, Smoking Hot Dish in Eden Prairie, has closed down their storefront.
R.I.P. Smoking Hot Dish.
And it didn't hit me until today,
It had to sit with it for a while, and today it finally hit you.
Finally hit me, and it hit me during lunchtime at work. And I was like,
that makes sense.
Well, who do I turn to now?
Yeah, like you wanted to go, but you realized you couldn't.
So I'd gone in there on Wednesday, the previous Wednesday, 8 days ago.
What is this establishment? What do they make? What do they serve?
It's all comfort foods.
What did they serve?
They serve. So they're still doing catering, but that's not as accessible as your typical.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to cater lunch every day.
Yeah, exactly. But they did comfort food, and so if I had to pick, if you asked me what my last meal would be, it would be a Philly cheesesteak. Okay. Well, that would be one component of it, but it would be a Philly cheesesteak from Smoking Hot Dish.
Okay.
But yeah, just a bunch of different comfort foods.
Like mac and cheese, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, those are
soup
things that they cater. But really,
what are other comfort foods? Comfort foods are dependent on the individual.
Southern comfort.
Ooh,
so
Southern
it's
comfort.
Hoagies, po' boys, chicken sandwiches, Philly cheesesteaks, tots, and fries. So this all started last Wednesday. We usually get their tater tots. In fact, at work, we did this thing called Tot-pocalypse, where they always advertise 30 different seasonings for their tater tots and their fries.
Yeah.
And so as a company, we ordered all one box of each seasoning.
Yeah.
So we got 30 boxes of tots, brought them back to the office, and then everyone went through, ate at least one of each, and then kind of ranked them.
Wow. It's a lot of tots.
And so we noticed on Wednesday, it is a lot of tater tots, but we noticed on Wednesday that their tots were off the menu. We're like, well, what the heck
What's going on?
They still had fries, they still had everything else, but no tots. And so I went and I talked to the owner, because it's just a wife and a husband that's running their business, and it's
mom and pop
very
shop.
Small, very local, really awesome. And I'm like, I just have to ask, what happened to the tater tots? And they're like, we haven't really announced it yet, but you're one of our regulars. We just, weren't getting the kind of traffic we would like to, and so we have to close down the front of the house here. And I was like,
man,
that's the worst thing you could have told me.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was hoping there's just a tot shortage. I was just hoping to hear there's a tot shortage.
But they still had fries.
They still had fries.
But the tots, shortage.
Tots are incredible, man. So I was beaten. I was like, this can't be.
That sucks.
I drove home.
So you're gonna replace them, or are you just gonna not eat lunch?
I don't even know what I would do.
Not eating lunch anymore. You're just done with it.
I'm certainly not eating as many cheesesteaks, which may or may not be a good thing for me long term.
I mean, long term, yeah, that's probably for the best.
Man, these cheesesteaks were a foot long, just piled high with peppers, onions, and steak. So fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
You eat half for lunch. You bring the other half.
You save it for later.
You save it for dinner.
What you have for dinner?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes, whole thing for lunch.
I would.
Now I haven't done that since I started getting healthier.
Yeah.
And I am healthier, but
sure.
On Friday, 2 days after I hear this news, I'm like, you know what? I really need to get in there and just get one last cheesesteak before, because they don't cater their cheesesteak, because obviously who would cater cheesesteaks?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I I looked, and on Monday I saw that they'd closed on Friday,
They're done.
so they're gone.
They were already gone.
And so I was like, my God, I feel like a huge part of me is like gone. I've gotten their cheesesteaks for years.
You developed relationships with these people.
Yeah, they're every time I go in, the owner's like, Jonathan, I got you. I'll
Love
get your
that.
order.
I love when you can go in a place and they know you.
One time, I was waiting a little longer than usual, and it's just two people running this, and they, would have several periods of time where they're just getting a lot of, high volume orders, and they make everything, made to order, so it's not like, an assembly line where you can get your food really fast. But one time I was just standing there, I'm like, these are the kind of people that I would give any amount of time just waiting, it's worth it. And the owner, she came out and she's like, sorry about the wait. How would you take a cookie? And I'm like, sure, I love cookies. And she handed me this like cookie, maybe that size. It was like fresh baked. Man, it was probably the best fucking cookie I've ever had in my life. So not only am I deprived of cheesesteaks, I'm also deprived of big old cookies.
Big old cookies.
So it's been tough.
I'm sorry about that, man. That's tough.
Thank
That
you.
is really bad news for you.
I've been waiting for someone to apologize to me.
I mean, you should.
Just sharing my grief.
Should we have a ceremony?
I think we should.
Maybe you have some cheesesteaks in their honor. Obviously, they won't be as good, but we can try our best.
They won't be as good. A coworker's like, well, the Jersey Mike's cheesesteak
Oh,
is
don't
like,
give me-
fuck that.
Jersey Mike's
I'm not
is
going to try
not
a
great.
cheesesteak. There's a place in Chanhassen called Tono, but their cheesesteaks aren't even half
That's
as
not
good.
even a word.
Not even a word.
Come on.
So it's like, what do you do?
What do you do?
Do you adapt?
I think you have to adapt. You're going to have to find a new spot.
Just no more cheesesteaks.
You're just going to have to find a new spot, man.
What about my arteries?
I guess those will improve.
What will clog them?
It could be for the best, that you're not guzzling down cheesesteaks anymore and that you're not getting free giant face-sized cookies. But, ultimately, you lost something that is near and dear to your heart, and you may never get it back again.
I'm heavily considering catering them for our whatchamacallit?
For your wedding?
Not for the wedding.
That would be sweet.
They do wedding
Oh,
catering.
come on.
And I thought about it.
I bet they do cheesesteaks for you.
Because it would be just fucking awesome. Like, rather than just like a plated steak or chicken
Yeah.
options. Like, you're getting a fucking cheeseburger,
Yeah.
and you're going to like it.
Everyone would like that way more.
Yeah. Man, and here's the other thing is, they hadn't done it as much lately, but they would do like Wednesday specials where it'd be like a one-day offering. And man, they did like fried chicken, jerk chicken. Their cornbread is incredible. Man,
What don't they make? You feel like you've named like 25 different food items.
They also had these boneless wings.
Maybe they should have just like consolidated
$8.25.
their
No, man.
their food stack and just
Nope.
only made a few items instead of having like
No.
45 different menu items. Maybe they would have.
I think you're confusing them with like a Cheesecake Factory, where a Cheesecake Factory is doing way too much. They had the perfect amount.
I'm just saying there's only two of them, and logistically, making that many different food items with only two people, by the way it sounds, just doesn't seem, efficient.
I'm not going to tolerate any slander.
Maybe they
while
should
I'm
have just
still
focused
in
on
the
cheesesteaks.
grieving process.
I'm just saying, maybe they'd still have their doors open if they only served cheesesteaks.
After this, I'll show you a picture of one of their cheesesteaks, and
Okay.
You'll understand what I'm talking about.
All right.
I don't think you would ever eat one, but maybe you would.
I would eat one.
You would?
What do you think I am? A robot?
I think you're a lot.
I've got belly fat these days. I'm a dad. I'm almost full Patrick Mahomes at this point.
No, you're not. You're just a lot better, like, disciplined about food than I am.
Sometimes.
One time,
Although I do, you said sometimes you save food for later. I don't do that. If I'm out eating, I'm gonna eat everything in front of me.
I mean, I try to do that, and like the last several times that I've gotten a cheesesteak, I'm like, I'll save this, and then I'll be like, halfway through, I'm really full, like it's very filling, and I'm like, but the other half, it like calls to me.
Yeah, you need it.
It's in a trance. But yeah, so everything sucks. I don't care about anything anymore.
I think it's gonna get better.
I don't know how.
It's got to find a new spot.
I just don't see how it can.
Dude, your life just, I feel like your life just flips on its head so easily. Like, it'll be
Are you saying I'm emotionally unstable?
a little bit, I think so. I mean, you have a track record of like one thing happens and all of a sudden you're in mourning.
It's not just one thing. Like, imagine if
It's everything.
Imagine if protein shakes just didn't. I don't. What do you like? I don't know what you like.
I don't think there's a single like
What's your like favorite?
Outside of like something happening to my family, I don't think there's something that could like break me like that.
Do I look broken?
You sound broken.
I feel broken. Do you have like a favorite spot?
No.
See, we have different relationships with food.
I mean, I don't have a regular spot I go to. I have my gas station, but now they all see what happened with my gas station.
Gas station.
Yeah, I have a gas station that I frequent, near my neighborhood, and they know me there. I know the manager. His name's David. He rocks. But we used to know all of the workers there. They knew us. We knew their names. We'd come in there. It was a joyous occasion, and within the last few months, either everybody quit or left for a new job or got fired or whatever, and now they have all new staff. I don't know any of them, and I'm not friends with any of them. And it's like my whole gas station experience is ruined. Like I still have David, but
He's not enough for you.
I mean, he's fine. It's just like, usually he's so busy because he's managing the whole operation. He's always doing something. He's not just like ringing me up, having casual conversations. Like in the morning, I'll be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then like we have our little chit chat banter. But I just don't. It's not the same anymore. I miss my other people.
Have you considered taking this opportunity to meet new people?
A new gas station?
No, I mean just meant the new employees
I can't just
that you don't know.
drive to a different gas station.
You certainly can.
Well, these people aren't as personable. They're just like they don't chit chat with me, and like sometimes I try, but they just don't. And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm just not being sweet enough.
Maybe you drove them away. That's why.
Gas station. I drove them away.
Yeah. I just want to clarify something.
Yes.
You eat because you're hungry.
Yeah.
I eat because I want to feel sick. You and I are not the same.
I have foods that I will binge eat. In fact, I have a problem with binge snacking. That's why I have a dad bod now.
Dude, if that's a dad bod, sign me up. I'll take 3.
Okay. Well,
3 dad bods.
I'm just saying I also will eat good foods. If you put a bag of jalapeno kettle chips in front of me,
yeah,
I could eat the whole bag. And I would probably hate myself later and maybe say a few negative things about my body and maybe stare at myself in the mirror for too long. But I would devour the whole thing.
Emily made a small pan of brownies last night.
Yeah.
And she cut them into 16ths. And she told me some 16ths. Some absurd thing about them being like 150 calories per square. And I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's not too bad for a brownie.
But 1/16.
Oh, just oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I ate dinner last night, and then I had 2 brownies, and I'm like, fuck, man, I want this whole pan. And a couple months ago, I probably would have done it.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to rein in the snacking.
Yeah, reel it in.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It also helps when you work out every day. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I can afford to eat more when
you're working out, you don't feel as bad.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you're working out, you are, being healthier, which is good. I mean, we had movie night last week, and I've thought about that box of Reese's Pieces that I ate every day since.
Oh. I had Milk Duds.
Yeah.
I really
shouldn't eat those Reese's
wanted
Pieces.
A bunch of Cruncha.
They probably went straight to my stomach.
I do get in that mindset pretty frequently, and it's not healthy and it's kind of destructive. But if I have a really good streak where I'm working out every day, which I've been pretty consistent about, and eating, I'm not really taking things out of my diet. I'm more just paying attention to how much I'm eating.
Yeah,
which is a big struggle. But if I have a bunch of really good days and one not great day, I haven't really pigged out a single day, which is pretty good. Yeah. But if I have one not great day, I'm like, fuck.
I know.
The last 5 days of solid progress, I've ruined them all. That's the mindset.
The thing is, it's hard to get out of that mindset, but that's not how it works.
Well,
if you eat good 6 days out of the 7 days of the week, you're doing good. That one day's really not going to kill you.
But
it's not how it works.
What if I told you it would kill me?
Well, if you talk to your doctor,
I talked to my medium, my psychic.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
They said one more cookie from Smokies and you'll die.
Smoking hot dish. I'm thinking about that pan of brownies over there.
Yeah, you can have one.
I'm so.
It's not gonna kill you, bro.
So naughty.
You're so bad. Such a bad boy.
Just kidding. Huh? Emily wants me to talk about the treadmill.
Tell me about the treadmill.
I've talked about how there's only one functioning treadmill out of the 3 that are available at our gym.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I'd taken a couple days off from walking, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting back in there. And so I walked, and again, still one treadmill. They've been down for at least 3 months now. Emily talked to the landlords today, and they're like, they're waiting on parts. Like, fuck, what part are you waiting on?
I mean, who knows?
I could buy you a treadmill, and it will be here this week. But there's always competition. I like to try to get in. I kind of know when people are going to show up. It's like right after 4:30 is when people start to try to file in because it's like right after work. And this one dude yesterday, I could tell like he was kind of looking at me, but he was like kind of moving from station to station. I had already been in there for like 40 minutes, so I had about 20 minutes left on my walk. And as soon as I get off the treadmill, literally the moment I get off the treadmill, he hops on. And I'm like, hey, I wanted to clean that because like...
Yeah. Etiquette.
Etiquette, and like I'm sweating like a fucking pig.
I mean, if they don't care, I if I'm at the gym and somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, or like they want to use it right after me, and I offer to wipe it down and they say no, I'm like, all right, whatever. Like it's not my problem.
Well, like I don't know if he was a non-native English speaker, but he just kind of looked at me, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. And so like I grabbed two of like the wipes and I like started wiping it down, and he like just kind of like kept looking at me while he's staring at me, and he's standing on the machine. And so I'm reaching like kind of across him trying to do it because that's gross. When people,
I guess, but
when people use it before I do and they don't wipe it down, that's a little
it is
unsettling to me. And so like once I was done, he's like, "You're done?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Okay." It would have been a lot less weird if you had just let me like climb on the thing and then wipe it down.
Yeah, one of you should have just stopped, or he should have gotten off the treadmill.
Yeah.
Somebody needed to make a move there.
Yeah. And so when I was driving home from work today, I like to drive past the gym because like here's our leasing office where the gym is. Oops. And my apartment's past it. So I like to drive by and see if there's someone on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anyone there. I'm like, sweet, I'm going to park quick. I'm going to get inside, change, run out there, and then let's get this thing over with. But then I saw this dude.
Same
guy, wearing the exact same outfit, mind you. He starts, like I can see him, like he's like maybe halfway from my building to the leasing office. So I like quickly swerve and pull over. And I'm like wearing when I go to work, I wear like joggers and like a t-shirt and a jacket. And so I like get out. I don't have a water. I don't have my AirPods or anything. I get on the treadmill and he gets in like 30 seconds after I do. And for 15 minutes, he just goes from station to station. He spends like a minute on the bike. Then he does some curls. Then he does that,
like a shoulder press?
Well, no, it's like where you're pulling it down.
Oh, yeah, like a lat pull down.
Yeah. He just keeps
just going from
station to station. And like every time I look over, I can see him like kind of staring at me in the mirror. And eventually he gave up and left.
Why doesn't he just have a plan for if someone's on the treadmill? There's one working treadmill. You just need a plan.
I know, but I texted him. I'm like, hey,
same guy.
I had to kind of rush to get here. Can you bring me a water and bring me my AirPods so I don't like walk in silence for? And she did. I was just like, I don't want to compete, man. I just want to.
You're gonna keep running into this guy. You guys are gonna keep having a whole little thing, and one day something's gonna happen.
It's not just him though. Like there's regulars that I know. Like, yep, that lady is definitely gonna hop on this treadmill. Like one time I went down and I looked like 40 feet ahead of me, and I saw a lady walking towards there with a water. But I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna walk outside because I'm not gonna wait, 40 minutes or however long to use the one fucking treadmill that works.
Yeah, they need to just fix the other treadmills.
I know.
That's absurd.
It's one of the biggest things impacting me today.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, if those are the biggest plights in your life is a restaurant closing and having to share a treadmill with people, I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
So, keep your chin up, bud. Keep your chin up, sport.
What's going on with you? I realize I talked a lot about me. And honestly, I kind of like it. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, I'm I'm a good listener. I don't need to boast about myself. I don't need to toot my own horn.
I'm not boasting.
I don't need to.
If anything, I'm complaining.
That's true. I don't know. Not much is really going on with me. We're planning Wesley's first birthday. He will be 10 months tomorrow. So big day. as you're listening to this, it is the day before Valentine's Day. But when you hear it, it will be the day after Valentine's Day. So I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day full of love and just celebration and able to feel loved and appreciated by the people around you.
Wow.
Yeah. But, so we're planning his first birthday party. There will be a theme. I'm not going to spoil the theme.
You already told me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to spoil it for the rest of everybody else.
You told us.
Because I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. Anyways.
Do I have to dress up for it?
Yeah, you could dress up.
Can I dress up for it?
You can.
Is there expected that people play along with the theme, or is it kind of just
You
the
can do whatever you
decorations and
want. I
however
don't think
he's
you
gonna-
have to show up in theme, but you can.
All right.
So, like, if this theme was space, you could show up in a full astronaut suit. Nobody would bat an eye. But you could also show up in joggers and a Twins sweatshirt, and also no one would bat an eye. So, up to you.
That's
The ball
fair.
is in your court.
I have a pretty well-defined fashion sense.
Yeah. I can see
You
it.
kind of know what to expect.
Yeah, you look clean today. You got the clean look.
I
You got
really
the Tevas, sweatpants. We're kind of matching a little bit. We both got comfy shoes, sweatpants, and a sweatshirt, and a hat. Look at us. Anyways, we also watched the Super Bowl this weekend.
Terrible.
Woo! Go Chiefs!
My
Boy Patty Mahomes,
Can I tell you
my
something?
deity, my number one guy, Patrick Mahomes, the number one quarterback in the NFL. He did it as we all knew he would. He repeated as a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. And him and Travis Kelce will be back next year to do it again.
I genuinely don't know why, but it really irks me that you're cheering for the Chiefs.
I like
really gets my goat.
I like dynasties in sports.
Can I just say why? Why would
I
anyone?
think it's fun.
How? For who? You're not a Chiefs
know.
fan.
I think it's cool.
But
I think
but
it's
why?
really cool when there's
I
one
love-
team that dominates and there's greatness on the field. Otherwise, we're just seeing a bunch of like random teams competing for a championship. I like to see teams built and stay strong and dominate for years. And every once in a while, a team will sneak in there. Hopefully, the Vikings, with any luck, will
No,
sneak
it's-
in there one year. But, I like the idea of Patty Mahomes chasing after Brady's 7 rings.
So to you,
He's got 3 already.
an idea for like a fun football viewing experience is watching the Chiefs win back to back to back to back.
Dude,
back
if
to
they
back Super
three-peat,
Bowls.
nobody's ever done that. That would be the first time in NFL history that a team won it 3 years in a row. Wouldn't
That's
you want to
so-
see that? That's history.
That's so
We don't want to
fucking-
see the Ravens win again. We don't want to see the Niners win for the first time in 25 years. Who cares? We want to see the Chiefs be the first team to ever win 3 championships in a row.
Where does it stop then?
4,
No-
5, 6.
no-
Let's
no-
keep it rolling.
No team's ever won 4 before.
Exactly. So
no
we can
team's
keep
ever won 15 before.
It's about making history.
No,
the thing about
it's-
sports is it's not just about competitive nature and just watching people play a game. It's about the storylines, the things behind the teams, behind the players, behind the sport. The story of Patrick Mahomes, his legacy, his greatness that he displays each and every Sunday that we watch him on that field, tossing that pigskin around to whoever it is. This year was a bunch of bums, and he still drug them to the Super Bowl and won it.
I was
It's
reading
amazing.
today.
It's like watching Jordan in his prime.
I was reading today that in their 3 Super Bowl wins, they've never had an offensive holding call against them.
Yeah, because they're just good.
Okay, just good.
What, you're telling me the refs are in on this, and you're trying to be one of those people who's like, well, the refs are on the Chiefs' side?
The Chiefs were the better team.
They were.
There's no doubt about
They
it.
just were better.
But I think it's kind of undeniable that there is inconsistent officiating, and that
I mean,
inconsistent
sure, but that's
officiating-
for every team.
some
every
teams-
team gets a
some-
piece of that.
Some teams more than others.
I'm a Vikings fan, as are you. We know all about never getting calls that go our way. That's our life. Nobody likes the Vikings. That's why we'll never
But
win
why,
a championship.
Why are you even a Vikings fan if you're so hell bent on watching Kermit Mahomes hoist the Lombardi Trophy every year?
Well, if I could have the Vikings win, I would. But as a Vikings fan, I know that won't happen. And it's because I'm a Vikings fan that I have to root for
It's like-
someone else
It's
because
like Golden State in the NBA.
Yeah.
Or like as a baseball fan, I don't want to see the Dodgers or the Astros.
I love the Dodgers.
Or the Braves every year. Like, yes, these are like franchises that are historically really fucking solid. But
yeah.
to me, it's a better story when you have a team that, is kind of like a wild card. A
But
dark
the thing
horse.
about the Chiefs is years ago they were the wild card, the dark horse. They've become this Goliath of a team. They weren't that before. They have just in recent history become that. They had won 1 championship before Patrick Mahomes came around, and now they've won 4. Exactly. They're not the Dodgers. They are a new team that has now become a dynasty, and it's incredible. And I'm sorry that you hate to watch people be good at things.
That's not true.
You just want to see some
By
mediocre
definition,
franchise win a championship.
By definition, when you're watching the Super Bowl, you're watching, in theory, the 2 best teams.
Anyways.
And in your mind, this powerful dynasty of a team that couldn't fucking find the end zone until like the final 30 seconds of overtime. It was an insanely boring game.
It was up until it wasn't. It got good in the fourth quarter and into overtime.
As much as I love punters and kickers, huge punter and kicker guy.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part of the sport.
Really? I love a good punt.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
a good
class
kick.
to it. Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, it just wasn't, wasn't that great.
Yeah. Could have been better.
But that's part of it. Not every game's going to be a
Usher was okay. I feel like Usher was like I just don't know enough Usher. I don't know enough
I feel
Usher.
like the second half of Usher was
I only know
better. Once he started singing things that I could recognize.
I only know "Oh my God" that one, and then I know "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then when Lil Jon came out, he was like "Shot, shot." That was awesome.
So
Lil Jon was awesome.
I don't know if you noticed, but did you notice that like right when Alicia Keys started singing, she was like a little off? She was off key a bit.
Yeah.
And the NFL went back and scrubbed it. So
they did?
Now if you like listen to watch a live feed,
Who cares? It's
just weird.
That
man.
defeats the whole like live performance thing.
They're rewriting.
It's okay if
history.
she's not perfect.
I know.
We already know Alicia Keys is incredible.
Yeah.
It's okay if she's off key for a second and then corrects
just weird
herself.
Like,
it's not a big deal.
100 years from now, someone finds that video on YouTube.
They're gonna think
Alicia Keys might have been flawless that night to them.
I mean, she was
Ignoring
flawless.
history. I mean, yeah, but
that red jumpsuit, sweet. I want one.
Big old cape.
Yeah.
I want a big
that
old
cape was awesome.
All right.
Yeah?
Recommendation of the week.
Oh.
Rec.
You're going to hate me. My recommendation of the week. This one is a shout out to my beautiful Valentine and love, my wife, Megan.
I thought it was going to be me.
She got me started on this. So, I've been taking magnesium supplements before bed.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
My recommendation of the week is taking magnesium before bed. I'm serious.
You're going to hate me.
You are. You do hate me.
You should really try melatonin before you sleep.
This guy's trying to tell me to take a supplement. What a loser.
Explain to me.
Okay. So Megan started this because there was this whole like trend that she would mix. She'd call it a sleepy girl mocktail, where she'd like you mix magnesium and like put some like flavor in it or whatever, make it a little drink. And what magnesium does is it actually just like it helps you calm and like lowers your blood pressure and it has other benefits as well. Helps you in the long term. They say taking magnesium supplements puts you at less risk for like heart disease and heart attacks and strokes, stuff like that. So it's good for you. But also it helps you sleep better. I feel like I've been taking it the last few nights because, at first I was resistant to it like you are. She's like, "Do you want me to make you a sleepy girl mocktail?" I was like, "No, I don't want a sleepy girl mocktail. I want a sleepy boy mocktail."
I don't hate you, and I think it's a fine recommendation. But like, there are so many times when your recommendation is just like too fucking practical. Too practical.
I'm sorry. What should I recommend?
Hey guys, I recommend, and this is gonna be funny. I'm gonna be very hypocritical today, but 64 ounces of water every day.
Well, I mean, that's a good recommendation.
An apple a day.
I'm just saying I've been having my own little sleepy girl mocktails,
Have you noticed?
and they're great.
have you
I feel
noticed
like
an effect?
I've been sleeping better. I don't know if I'm like, I feel like I'm a little calmer. Maybe. I mean, it definitely calms me down at night to fall asleep.
You seem pretty on edge right now.
No,
You
I'm
came-
actually pretty calm
You
today.
came barreling in here.
No,
No, you didn't. You're
No.
usually. I mean, I feel like
I'm
this is your
pretty-
typical energy level.
pretty. I'm
Even keel.
I'm on a plateau.
You've plateaued.
I'm not up. I'm not rising up energy wise. I feel like magnesium's good for you, and it is a good way to, get sleepy before bed. It's good for you, and it's just something fun to do. And last night I mixed it up. I make it special for me because here's what I do: I take the little magnesium, the amount that they recommend, which is 2 teaspoons. Then I put in my 5 grams of creatine, and then I put in a little. It's flavorless. Creatine is flavorless.
No, I'm just thinking about the possible chemical reactions boiling
It's
inside of
not a science experiment. They're just supplements. And then I put in my little flavor packet to give it some flavor, and then you put in the water, and then the magnesium makes it fizz. It's kind of fun. It's like a little fizzy drink. And then I drink it, and then I feel good. And, usually I work out at night, so I'll come home, and then I get my creatine after my workout.
Impossibly Unremarkable.
And then sometimes I have a protein shake with it.
We always encourage you to consult with your physician before taking any.
Well,
new
that's true.
medications or
Actually, if you
supplements.
read any magnesium supplements, they will tell you if you're pregnant or may become pregnant or, maybe a couple other things. You should probably consult your doctor
Now,
beforehand.
here's a question I've always had about that phrasing.
Yeah.
If you're pregnant
Yeah.
or may become pregnant,
Yeah.
that's a very large population of the world,
Well, I think that just means if you're pregnant or trying to become pregnant.
or could become pregnant.
Well, I mean, okay, I don't think they mean that.
I'm
I mean,
just saying,
obviously, it could happen
change
if
your
you're sexually
phrasing.
active, but I'm just saying, most people who aren't trying to have a kid just aren't trying to have a kid. So they'll just take the magnesium because they're not trying to become pregnant. It's just saying, basically, if you are pregnant or if you are trying for a baby, maybe don't take this.
I'm just saying.
Or consult your doctor before taking it.
Yeah, talk to you.
I'm not a doctor, though. I'm just a guy who loves a little sleepy girl drink before bed.
Who loves recommending these third-party crypto pseudo scientific supplements. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Wow. Maybe you should try it.
Maybe I should. I don't. I mean, my main thing is I don't like to waste my night.
Yeah.
And I don't want to wake up the next day.
Oh.
And so, well, no, okay, not okay.
That
okay.
restaurant is hitting you hard.
I mean, no, I just you don't get that
wanna
where you're
wake
like
up and-
you stay up really late because you want to make the most of
Yeah,
your time.
I have done that from time to time. I still do that. I used to do that really bad. Like in college, I'd stay up way too late just because
Same.
I wanted to make the most of my days.
Yeah.
I can't waste a second.
And
And then as I got older, I realized that's so stupid. I should just
It's
get good
really
sleep and have a good
stupid.
day tomorrow.
and the following mornings are just fucking
Yeah.
awful.
You're just like, fuck, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't stay up as late anymore. I literally can't. Unless it's like I'm preparing myself to do so. I know it's going to happen, like in a party setting, like for your bachelor party. I'm sure we'll be up late into the night. I will prepare myself to stay up all night if it calls for it.
I mean, I'm gonna have to try to prepare myself too. I mean, I routinely the last few weeks I've had a couple bad nights where I'm up to like 2.
Oof.
One night I literally couldn't fall asleep until 4, and I went to bed at a reasonable time.
Jeez. Tossing and turning.
Just
We got a lot in your brain.
wrestling.
We need some magnesium.
Wrestling with those demons.
Maybe if you had some magnesium, you would have fallen asleep quicker.
And no, I just I have like a tranquilizer dart just sitting by the bed, so I just
Took it to the thigh.
and then call it a night.
Wow. I feel like there's a better way.
Just let me know if you figured out. All right, my recommendation.
Yeah, what's
of
your
the
rec?
week is even more abstract.
Okay.
It's not practical. I mean, it's not tangible. I'll say.
All right.
But I've been trying to do this for myself, and it's going to sound very corny.
Okay.
But my recommendation is to practice gratitude and appreciation.
Okay.
Now he's gonna scoff. He's gonna roll his eyes.
You sound like my therapist.
I've had
Say 3 things you're grateful for.
not that. It's more mindfulness. Like
Okay.
I've had a couple
I'm with that.
weeks lately, recently that I'm on edge. I'm not really feeling. I feel like I'm not having great days. Things are setting me off. My cheesesteaks are gone.
Yeah.
All kind of around that, and it's very easy to lose sight of how much you have and what you have, and what I have is a roof and someone else's roof above my head, technically,
Well, their floor.
and someone's roof below me.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, really.
I have a loving fiance,
Apartment living.
2 bastard cats, a wonderful mom, 2 great brothers, wonderful future sister-in-law, future mother-in-law, 2 current sisters-in-laws,
Yeah.
future niece on the way.
Woo!
I don't want to say a real, but like a physically, I have
Actual.
I have a niece and
Living?
a nephew that are
Wait. Oh, well.
no.
We don't wanna get into that debate.
That have been born,
Yeah.
and a niece that will be born.
2 nieces.
There's gotta be
niece
a
and
better-
nephew out of utero.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way to say that. I've got great friends, great coworkers.
Yeah.
I've got it all.
It sounds like you've got it all. There's nothing to be mourning about. Nothing to be upset about.
Yeah. So I just like to.
So you've been trying to be grateful for what you've got.
Try to take more time to be like, you know what? Not everything sucks.
Do you sit down each day and think about, like, are you in a meditative state?
No.
Thinking about what you're grateful for?
No, I've never been a meditator. I've tried it when I've been in therapy, and it's just like it's not something I can never calm my mind quite like that.
Yeah.
But it's when I'm when I'm driving and when I'm just like thinking to myself, or like when I'm on a walk, or really any time where I feel like I'm a little on edge or feeling a little angsty, I like to try to reorient the spirit.
Yeah. Realign your mind.
Yes. So that's my recommendation. Might not work for you. You might not have anything to be appreciative of, which.
Yeah, easy for you to say, Mr. Living in your ivory tower with your 2 cats and your Lego sets.
We do have Lego sets.
Yeah. Not everyone's got those.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Question of the day.
Question of the day. Today I'm going to ask you a question about...
Have you ever tried magnesium?
I already know the answer is no to that.
Maybe I have.
So you're very resistant to change.
That's kind of true.
I think that is true. I'm therapizing you right now.
Is that why I'm able to blend in with my surroundings physically? I can physically change?
Like a chameleon?
Yes.
That'd be so cool if you could.
That would be pretty cool.
Like if you could just blend in right now and I just couldn't see you anymore. Jonathan, where are you? Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. I'll work on it.
Question of the day. If what is a single possession that you have that you would refuse to give up no matter what? Like, this is sort of like if you had to give away all your things, what thing would you keep? The one thing, if you could. Or if your house is burning down, in this case an apartment, is burning to ash, and you could save one single item of your possession, what would it be?
And it's like an object, not a living thing.
Right, like an object. Like, assuming all living things are safe, what is your prized possession that you need to have?
Probably the diamond encrusted pendant that was given to me by an ancient crone.
What?
It's imbued me with
Wait, by a what? An ancient what?
an ancient crone.
What's a crone?
I think it's like an old woman.
So an ancient woman gave you a diamond encrusted pendant?
Yeah, and it's imbued
That's
me
awesome.
imbued me with powers beyond your imagination. So I'd probably
how
it's come at great personal cost.
how did she come into possession of it, and why is it special?
I don't know how she acquired it, but
How'd you meet this crone?
Walking through,
Just chilling with a crone, huh?
I was walking through a forest and happened upon a grove, and within that grove, a swamp, and within that swamp rose this ancient
Roses?
crone. No,
Rose, an ancient crone.
an ancient
Out of the
crone.
swamp rose a lady of
And
the swamp.
I answered her riddles 3, and
What the hell?
I don't know, my phone.
Come on, you're kidding me. You can get a new phone.
But my phone has all my pictures.
They're not backed up on the cloud.
They are in the cloud, but it's a whole thing.
That's a whole thing.
Shit, man. I mean, I can't say anything superficial like my computer or my PS5 because those things are replaceable. Although the stuff on my hard drive is not.
Okay.
Like all my games.
You could get new games.
All my game data? The progress with which I've made in my games?
I'm talking like something that you could never part with. Like if someone's like, you have to sell all of your things. What's one thing you'd be like, I can't sell that?
I would never sell my portrait of Joey that Emily gave me.
That's nice.
Yeah. A couple birthdays ago, she gave me this portrait of Joey kind of dressed as like an old-timey war general. He's very handsome in it. Yeah, it's hanging up over there. But
That's your one thing?
Yeah, I would want to hang on to that thing.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I love Joey.
I mean, that's irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
Commissioned an art painting.
You don't just get those anywhere.
An art painting.
Yeah.
As if a painting couldn't be art.
I mean, yeah, technically.
I mean, he's a general. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. He posed for it and everything.
Really?
No.
It's tough.
What would you pick?
What would I pick? What? Probably my Jordans.
I will say, and I was actually thinking of this today. I don't know why I was thinking of it, but I was thinking your shoe hobby, your shoe obsession is kind of like my jersey obsession.
Kind of.
I love jerseys.
I love shoes.
In fact, it was announced the Twins are going to get a new jersey this year.
Don't they get them like every year now? I feel like sports teams, except the NFL, they all change their jerseys every year. The NBA, it's ridiculous.
I mean, the Twins did a full jersey overhaul last year.
Yeah.
But before then, it would be like every couple of years you might get like a new fun one, but they're pretty consistent with it. NBA has a ton. NFL really needs to step up their game. People love
They really do.
new jerseys, but yeah, we're going to get one. But I was thinking about that today. Maybe I wouldn't say my jerseys, though, because that's multiple.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say my Jordans.
And I could replace those.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably save Wesley's toy house. Even though it's technically his possession. Just because it makes him so happy. And I just want him to still have that, you know?
I do want that one toy of Wesley's.
He got a new toy today.
Did he?
For Valentine's Day.
Can I have that other one? The one that jingles?
Oh, yeah. Well, that one's like not even... He doesn't care about that toy anymore.
And I'm
That's
worried,
like for like newborn babies.
I'm worried that you're not raising him right because at that age, I would have loved that thing. You know, that thing would have been my prize.
Well, I think
possession.
he used to like it.
So why doesn't he like it now? And if he doesn't like it, then why aren't you giving it to me?
The toy you're talking about is one that you just clip onto like the car seat or the stroller and it hangs down, and then as a baby he would just grab it.
But it makes a
and
sound.
it jingles as well.
It makes
but
the sound
now
like
he's a little
scratches your
older.
brain.
He's not as interested in that toy anymore.
Oh,
he's moved on to other things. He's got crazy amount of toys. So he's got his house. He's got his little camper set. He has a DJ table. Today, he's got the construction site, and today he got a fully functioning garden. Not fully functioning. I don't know.
He's fully functioning.
He raised his plant. No,
we gave him a bag of fertilizer and some seeds.
Play with this. Become a man. No, it's like a toy garden. So like it plays songs like all the other toys do. And it's got like fun little food items he can play with. It's also so one half is a garden with like a little beehive, and the bees buzz and make a bee song. And then the other side is like a kitchen area where he would wash his vegetables and cook them. There's a little watermelon. There's actually ingredients for a burger that clip together, and they can also separate into little pieces. He likes to chew on the fake burger meat because it's a good chewer. You know, he's still big on chewing. He's still getting teeth. So yeah, he got a new toy, so that was sweet. So maybe I'd save the garden.
What about something for you personally that you would save?
My probably my Lululemon shorts, because they're very expensive. And they're nice quality. They last a long time.
All right.
They do. They last a long time. Ooh, picture of me and my wife together on our honeymoon. Now those are backed up on the cloud. I don't need
nice
that. We can print those off at another time.
I feel like you tried to save your skin there a little bit.
If I just name enough items that mean a lot to me, I can please everybody. Just kidding.
You haven't pleased me yet.
That's the thing about me. I don't really have anything that I care about besides my family. Like possessions.
Really?
Yeah.
He said while wearing Yeezys.
These are just comfortable. I'm not in any way supporting the man that made them.
He said while wearing
In fact, he came out with a new album.
He said while
Nah.
wearing sweatshirt.
Did you listen to the new album?
He has a new album?
Yeah, he dropped a new album.
I'm assuming it's not very good.
I listened to it once just so I could be in the loop on the discourse. It was pretty and
Pretty
everybody kind of hates it.
Is it on Apple Music and Spotify?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's with Ty Dolla $ign. It's like their collab album.
Oh.
It's like I mean in to the standard that he had set in his previous works and his previous discography and releases, it's pretty bad.
All right.
There's a good Freddie Gibbs feature on it though, so shout out Freddie Gibbs if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, wouldn't recommend that. That's my anti-rec of the week.
All right, hand me your phone. I
Oh.
sent you a news article
Right.
that I'm quite excited for bizarre news.
Bizarre news.
Dude, did you read this thing?
No, I didn't.
All right. This is 4 days ago.
Oh,
4
recent.
days ago. This
Very
happened.
recent news.
Miraculous birth expected at a North Carolina lab from a stingray with no mate.
What?
Is
Whoa. Wait, this is awesome. Wait, I love stingrays. Do you know how much I love stingrays?
how much?
They're one of my favorite ocean animals.
I didn't know that, but I'm glad to know.
I swam with one once. I was in the ocean and it swam by me. I saw it. It was amazing. It was one of the top 10 moments of my life.
An aquarium and shark lab in Hendersonville is expecting a miracle birth any day with some exciting new additions. The aquarium and shark lab by Team ECCO, ECCO,
Sure.
in downtown Hendersonville has an expectant stingray named Charlotte.
Ooh,
Sweet name for a
Charlotte the
for a
stingray.
stingray. Man, your phone's almost dead.
Yeah, I know.
But this pregnancy isn't just any normal pregnancy, and because of that, staff thought the swelling they started to see in Charlotte in September might be cancer. Why? Because there was no possible way for her to have become pregnant, or so they thought, as there were no male stingrays in the tank. So
They're sure.
There's two possible ways
Okay.
that this stingray became pregnant.
Okay. Hit me with it.
The first is a very rare process called parthenogenesis. I think I'm saying that right. In which the eggs develop on their own without fertilization and create a clone of the mother.
Whoa.
The second possible option, which they say it's more in the Jurassic Park arena, more like a
Ooh.
life finds a way, Charlotte could have mated with one of the young sharks that was added to the tank in July.
Wait, so when is Charlotte due? Well, I'm just because like when she gives birth, we'll either know it's a clone or it'll be part shark.
I think she's supposed to be. It's supposed to be soon. This says she was supposed to potentially deliver around February 9th.
Wow. So she could already have
their typical
have given
gestation
birth.
period is 3 to 4 months.
That's it?
In September is when they started seeing some swelling. But
Wow.
here's why I like this so much. There are two possible outcomes here.
Yeah.
One, Stingray Jesus.
Stingray Jesus.
2, the first ever shark ray.
Shark ray. Yes. Shark ray.
It might change the landscape of
I hope it's
ocean
shark ray.
anomalia.
Well,
forever.
either one is incredible.
Either one's very exciting.
I mean that probably takes stingrays up to number 1 of ocean animals in my ocean animal rankings.
Would it be shark ray or sting arc? Sting arc.
Shark ray's way better.
Sting shark.
Sting
Shark.
Shark ray's
Shark
way
ray
better.
is way better.
Shark ray sounds so sick.
But also Stingray Jesus, because in this scenario, Charlotte is kind of a, the Mary.
Yeah, she's sort of like Mary. It's an immaculate conception. Although the fact how many animals can like possibly clone themselves? Like how is that possible?
I can.
No, but I know you're not a scientist, but how is that possible? That she could just like there's a rare thing that happens where the eggs fertilize themselves and they just create a clone of the mother. That's crazy.
I think
What if people could do that?
I think Charlotte had been taking 2 tablespoons of magnesium every night.
Well, she probably shouldn't have done that if she thought she could become
Well,
pregnant.
she didn't know because there was no male stingrays.
So you're saying that
But there
magnesium,
was-
if you're planning to become pregnant, could actually, or if you're not planning, could actually result in an immaculate conception.
Good. So
Wow.
be alert out there.
Be alert. That's
but also,
so cool.
there could just be like a a young stunner shark out there
Yeah.
that's somehow able to like. I'm assuming sperm's not like a universal thing.
So they're saying it's possible that a shark could have done this.
They're saying it's
so
possible.
Their DNA could create a child. I don't know the science how that works. You would think those two animals couldn't mate.
And what would it look like? Would it be wide and flappy like a stingray?
A stingray with teeth.
Would it be long and I don't know other adjectives to describe
a
sharks?
shark with like a long stinger, and it's got flappy wing sort of things and lots of teeth.
Yeah. I didn't read what kind of shark it was.
Hammerhead.
Oh, that adds a new element.
We're cooking with grease now.
Or a great white stingray.
Great white stingray.
There's
Great white
so many
shark ray.
so many screenplays to be written about this sort of scenario.
When I start a band, we're gonna be called Shark Ray.
That's a good one.
That's awesome.
Can I be a pianist?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna learn how to play piano first.
Do it.
All right, that's all the time we
That's
had.
all we got for today.
We don't got no more time.
No more.
We got the meter's running.
Yeah, I
We're out of minutes.
gotta feed the quarters into the.
Gotta
into
go
the
to Walgreens and get one of those prepaid minutes cards. You remember minutes? Phones, minutes?
Yeah,
What a
and
ridiculous
I gotta
concept.
go get an iTunes gift card.
All right, take us away. Say whatever stupid shit you've got to say.
Yeah. So just take magnesium. Just do it. Just do it. Don't listen to him. Just do it. You can sleep better, and maybe you can make your own Shark Ray.